Welcome back to Skyrim. Well, I cleaned out the Ratway and gave Draven his bow back while I was waiting around for the companion that's supposed to show up down here, which I ended up waiting over a day with the...
Give it up, Brynjolf. Those days are over.
I'm telling you, this one is different.
Where is she?
We've
Here
all
she is.
heard that one before.
It's so... What do you need, handsome? Lead the way.
You, Vex,
What do you
Mercer,
got?
you're all part of a dying
Leathers? Maybe that's hide.
breed. Changing.
Dying breed, eh? Well, what do you call that then?
Ended up meeting up with him up in town.
Well, well. Color me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again. Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize. So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me? They owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways. Kirava, Bersi Honeyhand, and Helga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization. Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Bad for business. Good. If you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Now get going. He's as pig-headed a man as you'll ever find. The key is that ugly dwarven urn in his shop. Smash that thing to bits and he'll change his attitude. Kirava's stubborn, but she's got a soft spot for family. Talk to Talon Jay at the Bee and Barb, and see if you can get something out of him. They're well acquainted, if you catch my meaning. Helga is a devout follower of Dibella, and dotes over the statue to the divine that she keeps at the bunkhouse. Use it as leverage, and she'll cave. I'll be here when you're done.
You'd better have
Well,
coin
we'll
to
see
pay
what
for
can
your
get done
drinks.
here.
There's no handouts here.
I had considered actually going after Maven, but turns out she's a... You can't kill her without doing council commands and all that. She is a required necessity. See if I can remember my way out of here again. Now. Nope,
Some
can't mark
armor
any
and
of
much
it.
to tell
Okay.
about it.
Gleaming gemstones over here.
So what's shown on the map? Nothing. Oh, there it is.
Protect yourself right.
Here for a room or something to drink? You want something or not? If it's true that the dragons have returned, what will it mean for all of us? Is this how it all ends? I've already told that buffoon that I'm not paying you people a single coin. Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that. Come on, give it your best shot.
Who taught you to fight?
Let's make sure
Should have
I
come
have
here.
nothing. Okay, good.
God, no! Ah,
Yeah!
that's all you got.
Fight! Keep your hands up!
Please stop. I'll pay. Take it.
Yeah, it's nice that she didn't enter the fray. I think I need to give her a second weapon. She was supposedly
What do you want me
two-handed.
to carry?
Iron sword and iron dagger. She just pulled the sword.
Let's get going then.
We got the message. Just
See next. Yeah, this is here.
What did you want? What does he want now? I already explained to him that you can't get blood from a stone. Ha! We'll see about that.
Get him! Don't let him get away.
This what you want?
Yeah!
Come on.
Stamina, chance to get up again.
Yeah! Don't let him get away with this.
Here, take your damn coin and get out of here.
Sorry about the mess. Keep it.
And one more.
Oh no. You're the one from Brynjolf's outfit, aren't you? Take a look.
Let's see what we can do before I go through this. I got a few useless things. Well, just dump them on him. Any duplicates here? Nope. Don't need that.
Oh, there's no need for that. I know why you're here. Tell Brynjolf not to worry about it anymore. Oh, and look, I even have the payment I owed. Here, take it.
Apparently doing the R2 first made him a lot easier. Yeah. Where is the Ratway door again? I honestly hadn't planned on doing these quests right away. After I ran into him in town, but since I'm here, why not? I was meaning hanging around to grab her.
So, job's done and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it clean. I like that. Well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful.
Well, that's good because I used the draw a pickpocket to complete his initial thing.
Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit. That's the spirit. Larceny's in your blood. The telltale sign of a practiced thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here. What's on your mind? We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep making us coin, and I'll worry about everything else. Fair enough? Now, if there are no more questions, how about following me and I'll show you what we're all about?
Oh, buddy, I could beat you there.
Mercer, this is the one I was talking about. Our new recruit.
This better not be another waste of the guild's resources, Brynjolf. Before we continue, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. If you play by the rules, you walk away rich. You break the rules and you lose your share. No debates, no discussions. We do what we say, when we say. Do I make myself clear? Good, then I think it's time we put your expertise to the test.
Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you? Even our little Vex couldn't get in.
You claim this recruit possesses an aptitude for our line of work. So let him prove it. Golden Glow Estate is critically important to one of our largest clients. However, the owner has suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. He needs to be taught a lesson. Brynjolf will provide you with the details.
Mercer, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, yes. Since Brynjolf assures me you'll be nothing but a benefit to us, then you're in. Welcome to the Thieves Guild.
Welcome to the family, lad. I'm expecting you to make us a lot of coin. So don't disappoint me. Simple. Do as you're told and keep your blade clean. We can't turn a profit by killing. You should talk with Delvin Mallory and Vex. They know their way around this place, and they'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Oh, and talk to Cornelia in the Flagon. She'll set you up with your new armor. Golden Glow Estate is a bee farm. They raise the wretched little things for honey. It's owned by some smart-mouthed wood elf named Arengoth. We need you to teach him a lesson by burning down 3 of the estate's hives and clearing out the safe in the main house. The catch is that you can't burn the whole place to the ground. That important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did. The guild depends on an arrangement of influential people to keep things running smoothly. Without them at our backs, we'd be in serious trouble. Maven prefers that Arengoth remains alive, but if he tries to stop you from getting the job done, kill him. The guild has a lot riding on this. Don't make me look foolish by mucking it up. They're built like small fortresses to resist the weather, but their one weakness is flame. Besides, nothing tells the people of Riften we mean business better than a huge column of smoke. I'll give you one good reason. Maven Blackbriar. Burn all the hives, and she'd have to import honey for Blackbriar meadery, which would cut into her profits. We had an arrangement with Maven. We kept an eye on Golden Glow Estate to make sure the honey kept flowing. If the workers had a dispute, we'd rough them up. If competitors tried to buy honey from Arengoth, we'd steal the shipments. In return, Maven allowed us to extort Arengoth and bring in a huge payout. Let me put it to you this way. Nothing happens in Riften without Maven's consent. One word from her, and you could spend the rest of the 4th era in prison. Golden Glow Estate brought in a mountain of gold for the guild. You could almost call it our sweetest deal. Then out of the clear blue, Arengoth stopped sending us our cut. Mercer was, well, angry to put it kindly. So we send in Vex and find out he's hired a bunch of mercenaries to guard the place. Aye. Arengoth sent the city guard packing and fortified the entire island. In fact, Vex barely made it out of there alive. You should talk to her about it before you go. You watch yourself on that island. Those mercenaries don't take prisoners.
Well, I will take the armor, though it won't be getting used. Let's do anything with that.
Wanted to say something to you.
Where is the... on the ladder. This is back up to the flagon.
Come here a second.
Got a minute?
A lot of
Wanted to
people
say
are beginning to get impressed with you here. Me included. Just wanted to let you know. The honey they collect on that hunk of rock goes into making Blackbriar mead. Just about the best tasting mead in all of Skyrim. I used to live in Valenwood, working at my father's winery. We made the finest wine to ever cross your lips, I promise you. We were doing well. Plenty of coin, a huge mansion, and I was even betrothed to a lovely young woman. Because it was dull. Every day was the same boring routine. Working at the winery, social visits with friends, parties with no one I cared about. I just wanted a little excitement. Something dangerous. I hooked up with a guild in Valenwood. I think they called themselves the Silver Crescents. Spent quite a few years doing jobs for them. Made a lot of coin, but I didn't care. I didn't really need it. I was running with them because it fit. Made me feel alive. Well, after a while, my father caught on to what I was doing. He confronted me one night and gave me a choice. Either leave Valenwood, or he'd have me thrown into jail. Gave me a day to say my goodbyes to everyone. I ended up in Skyrim thanks to a contact I'd made when I was with the Crescents. Good old Delvin. He introduced me to Gallus, and that was it. I've been here ever since. And you know what? Despite what I left behind, I don't regret it one bit. If you ever need more practice with the bow, just grab me.
I think I'm doing fine in that regard. Let's see. This way? That's a nice lighting glitch. But that wasn't too much of a flash.
Interest you in some marksman training?
All eyes are on you, lad.
Before we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear. One, I'm the best infiltrator this rat hole of a guild's got. So if you think you're here to replace me, you're dead wrong. And two, you follow my lead and do exactly as I say. No questions, no excuses. Then we understand each other. Good. Now, it's time to get your feet wet. And I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about anything but business. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. We're in a bad way down here. Who knows? Old Delvin thinks it's some kind of curse. I think he's crazy. If you want my opinion, I'd say it's just plain old bad luck. You can get out there and start making a name for us again. Make them start fearing us like they did long ago. And while you're at it, make a little bit of coin on the side. Not a bad deal, eh? I handle the burglary, shell, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them involve breaking and entering. If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. He runs the more up-close and personal jobs. Pretty simple. Break into a house, grab a specific item, and get out before they realize what's going on. The catch is you can't kill anyone who lives there, or you forfeit the payment. You ready for some good old-fashioned burglary? Here you go. Hope you don't muck it up. Steal anything worth talking about? Yeah, I did. That wood elf's wit. He's a lot smarter than I expected. Can you believe that fetcher had more than tripled the guard? There must have been 8 of them in there. It was like he was daring us to come and get him. Well, there's an old sewer tunnel that dumps into the lake on the northwest side of the island. That's how I slipped in there. Should still be unguarded. All right,
Should have enough.
but if you get arrested, don't blame it on me.
Actually, I think my lockpicking is pretty good at the moment.
If you want to get paid, keep your weapons sheathed.
Even if you're one of us, you better not make trouble.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh? Don't look like much to... It's one thing to say you've got the skills to be a thief. I don't know about the... The flagon used to be packed every night with the boys from the guild. But now, look at it. Last few years have been pretty bad. I've almost closed this place up. Now that you mention it, there is. I have a buyer with, shall we say, a very odd taste in literature, looking for some particular books. I'm told they're the ravings of a madman, a wizard named Arundel, and his peculiar cravings. It's said to be spread across 4 volumes, and very hard to come by. My client is offering quite a reward for them, which I'd split with you. Then we have a deal. In his later years, Arundel moved into some ice caves known as Ingvild. He preferred the solitude in which to perform his experiments. Only rumors. He used to have a home in Dawnstar until they burned it down. The people say he was doing unspeakable experiments on reanimation. Rituals only a necromancer would perform. After he made for Ingvild, he was never heard from again.
So talk to Vex. Wasn't there... he wasn't part of the quest. Okay.
Hey, let's talk a second.
Now what do you want?
You're making waves around here. I like that. If you ever want to talk about anything, you let me know. It was on a job a few years back. It was supposed to be a simple burglary on a house in Windhelm. I was working with Vex, and we got inside with no trouble. We found the loot and made our way out. Well, it was, up until the point where we set foot outside. The house was surrounded by town guard. The client had ratted us out. Vex just tells me to run. So I did. Half of them went after me, the other half went after her. Huh, are you kidding me? Vex lost them in seconds. Once she steps into the shadows, she vanishes. Me? I ran, and I ran, straight through the gates of Windhelm, and all the way back to Riften. Vex was waiting for me at the flagon when I came in, drenched in sweat. Everyone just took a look at me and laughed. Well, I'd forgotten we had our horses tied up just outside of Windhelm. Vex rode hers back, and arrived hours before I did. So, that's how I earned the name. Now keep it to yourself. Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you.
This one I have a feeling I am going to have to train up, so... And I'm down a goal.
Come back and see me if you ever need pickpocket training.
Hey! I want to talk to you. Now.
What do you want?
Pretty tough. I respect that. Bringing in a lot of coin for the gift. I joined up with them maybe 10 years ago. Small clan, maybe 20 men. We'd raid villages, rob caravans. But it was always about the killing for them. Don't get me wrong. The first few years with that clan were some of the best years of my life. All the food I could eat, all the wine I could drink, and all the women I could bed. We raided a caravan one spring. I think it was a few wagons with some farmers moving to a new village. They didn't put up much of a fight. All that was left were the women and the children. Then the leader of our clan, Garthek, he ordered us to kill the rest. No, we usually let them go. I refused to do it, and Garthek ordered the clan to kill me as well. Luckily, I had made some friends with the clan who immediately sided with me. We tore each other to pieces. After it was over, those of us that remained simply went our separate ways. I left his head on a pike at the wreckage of the caravan. Never knew what became of the rest of the clan that survived. I suppose they moved on, just like I did. Go and pick some fights.
Now, anybody else?
My brother in crime. What do you need?
You want to talk to me? Okay.
Where's the... You show a way out, and then oh, there it is. Of course, the thing would be right behind me instead of in front of me. Not seeing a way to close. Oops, closes back up. So I guess I'm leaving it. Looks like... Okay. Now, while I was down the Ratway, I did actually end up picking up something else. I guess I gotta go back down and grab a few more things. I'll pause here, go do that, then we'll continue on. Well, this is an unexpected event. Get the right thing here. No sooner do I start heading for the place, this punk shows up. Come on. There you go.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
It's circling.
Die, dragon!
Now that you've brought Draven's bow back, he's back to his crabby old self. For better or for worse, I still thank you.
Where did you get a bow? I'm not even a question. This ain't somebody.
It's like the ancient legends, Dragonborn.
Yeah.
By the gods, I don't even know what to say. This one needs something? May your road lead you to
caravan,
warm sands.
In all my years.
Wasn't. I think
It
one of
may
them
be
was
dead
some
now,
sugar.
but take a look.
Yeah, if I had to buy one of them, that's perfectly fine. I got enough for it. There's 2 or 3 in the house, so not seeing anything else I really need at the moment.
It's like the ancient legends. Dragonborn.
Well, moving on to the sewer. Actually, looking at the time, I think I'll be picking up this in the next episode. Thank you for watching.